get back to a sport that I half understand.
To our picks.
All right. What was
Last week I went 11-5. How'd you do?
Oh, you make me sick, dude. I was 8-8.
Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm 123-84.
Ah, damn. I was 119-88.
Next year we're gonna make a bet. We haven't figured out what that wager's gonna be, but we're gonna make a wager against each other.
Absolutely. We're gonna have to do something big.
Getting right into it. How do you feel about this Thursday night football?
It's I was gonna say it's intriguing.
Kinda, sorta. I like Jameis Winston. Seattle's defense tough. Tampa Bay, Seattle or St. Louis.
I was gonna say it's kind of intriguing, but
Doug Martin's playing really well lately.
I'm tired of defending St. Louis. I'm surprisingly.
They won.
You're probably surprised. Right. Well, congratulations. That's for like 6 losses.
Yeah.
Congratulations. But surprising to you, I'm actually going with Tampa Bay.
I'm going with Tampa Bay too. It's a short week. It's going to be the first time Jameis is playing on a short week. It's going to be on the road. That's something I think they need to watch out for. Their defense isn't playing that well. It doesn't travel well at all.
No,
but
the defense is horrible. But
still Tampa.
Jameis is in that Rookie of the Year talk.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Saturday
Trying to figure
night.
out how to set that up. Yeah, absolutely.
Saturday night.
How do you feel about that?
Before the season started, it would have been, one of those, game of the week. But right now, today, without Tony Romo, with the Cowboys competing for like a top 5 draft pick, I'm going with the Jets. Jets. They're competing for a playoff spot. I told you they were going to make the playoffs. I'd basically be a hypocrite if I went with the Cowboys just because of my fandom. No, I'm going with my pick that I said that the Jets are going to make the playoffs. I'm going with the Jets.
See,
because our offense is horrific.
I was thinking, Matt Castle could win maybe 2 games in 3 weeks, but no. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick, the way that offense is playing with Decker and Marshall, it's going to be interesting.
They're dominant running game. They're dominant defense. I mean, there's no reason to pick Dallas, honestly. And I'm saying that as a boys fan, but I'm being realistic here.
I agree. I picked the Jets as well. Moving on, 13-0 Carolina Panthers playing a hot Giants team, but the Giants are on a short week. They played a late Monday night game, and now they're playing an early 1 o'clock game on Sunday. That game. Yeah, but they're playing an early 1 o'clock game on Sunday against a tough Carolina team. Quickly, I talked about Odell Beckham Jr. a little bit last week and how he's kind of changing things and revolutionizing
with his stick and gloves.
Can you imagine, though? He has, 5 more touchdowns than anybody else since he started last year?
And with the stick and gloves.
I agree, but it's insane. Anyways.
So, who am I picking?
Carolina or the Giants?
I'm not going the Giants on this one. I'm going Carolina.
I'm also going Carolina. So right now, as an Eagles fan, because they play at 1 o'clock, I'm watching the 1 o'clock games. Hopefully Carolina wins. I'm feeling good. Moving on.
Absolutely.
Buffalo playing Washington.
Ooh.
Buffalo struggling on the road.
They really are.
Tyrod Taylor had the first turnover in, I think, 6 or 7 weeks last week, and it was at the end of the game. It was just a bad throw. Washington kind of on a roll. Got the first road win last week. Kirk Cousins feeling it a little bit. Who are you taking?
I'm going Washington just because I feel like Buffalo, they're underachieving. They're below 500. I think they're like 6-7. At this point, the Bills need to hope to win out. Plus, they need to hope that the Chiefs and the Steelers lose to get into a wild card spot. And I don't see that happening whatsoever. At this point, they're not really competing for anything. Washington is competing for a playoff spot. I think Washington gets this one.
Okay, well, I'm picking Buffalo, but I think that Washington is playing really well at home. I'm picking Buffalo because I think that...
On paper, they're a better team.
Yeah, and I think at some point they're going to have to work out these kinks on the road, and they will figure it out. They're a year away from that. But this Washington is one of those teams that I think they can navigate through. Now, you're right that I'm not feeling so hot going into the 8:30 game, but if I'm right, hey, that's 2 losses. Hey, I'm starting to feel a little better. Moving on, we'll talk about more later. Chicago,
high on that one, then.
Chicago playing Minnesota.
Oh, God. I'm going with Minnesota.
I'm taking Minnesota too. Bridgewater took it right down to the edge last week. Didn't play too well the week before, but...
Absolutely. I mean, he had 331 yards.
Right.
A touchdown and no picks is what I said earlier.
Right.
So, I mean, hey.
Their defense.
I like them a hell of a lot more than
Played pretty
Chicago.
well on a short week against Arizona.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, it is very impressive, especially after how bad they looked against Seattle the week before. I like Minnesota in this game. Chicago's playing well, but as we just said, they lost to Washington at home, and that's a little rough. Now you're going to Minnesota. Anyways, moving on, talking about a bad team playing a team who's really hot. Atlanta going down to Jacksonville, who just put up 51 last week. Who are you taking?
Atlanta, that team that I was so high on, but I can't I keep trying to find a reason to defend them, but I can't anymore. I'm going with Jacksonville just because Atlanta. I don't know what has happened to them. I don't understand it. I'm done with them. I'm done with Atlanta.
I'm taking Jacksonville as well, and I'm with you. I'm done with Atlanta. It's interesting what they're going to do this offseason. I don't know if they're going to blow it up, if they're going to try to build I don't know. It's going to be. There's a lot of different scenarios that they can go in.
They might blow it up.
We'll see.
I won't disagree with that.
Kansas City going to a struggling Baltimore team. How about my boy Jimmy Clausen from Notre Dame?
Yeah, I know.
Andy Reid taking on John Harbaugh, who is his protege because he was the special team coach. He was with the Eagles for a while when Andy Reid was an Eagle. Taking Kansas City just because of Baltimore's situation, but Kansas City's rolling.
Oh, absolutely. The only reason why I'm going with Baltimore is because I
need it.
Exactly. I need it because I'm sticking to my playoff picks of the Jets and the Steelers, so I'm going to need a Kansas City loss. And when Baltimore loses, they only lose by like 5 or so points.
Yeah,
so I mean,
right.
And they're at home. I'm not saying it's a guarantee,
they got blown out last week, but by a way better team than Kansas City. So
right, absolutely. And I've said before, I don't believe in Kansas City, so I'm going Baltimore.
Well, another team you probably shouldn't believe in, Tennessee, going up to a team that you should believe in, New England.
This is a laugh. New England. I mean, I understand New England has all these injuries, but there's even still they always have that. They have what I hate to say, which is that next man up mentality. But at what point do we stop saying that next man up with New England because they're at their? New England is at their 7th running back. At what point do we stop saying next man?
9 running backs have run for over 100 yards in the last 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, for them.
That doesn't make any sense. At what point do we stop saying next man up?
Steven Jackson came in for a workout, if I heard correctly.
Well, damn, that'd be a win for them. But their consistent has been Brady. Right. So as long as you got that, I can't go against them.
Well, I'm gonna go with New England as well, even though you're right. 7th running seventh running back.
That's what I've heard. 7th running back.
Insane. Okay, well, moving on. Houston playing a struggling Indianapolis team. Hasselbeck's gonna play. Luck's not ready. He'll probably play next week. I mean, Indianapolis is in a curious situation at the moment. Dude, do you even bring Luck back at this point? Especially because I'm picking Houston. I think they win. Who you got?
Oh God, this is such a pick'em game, and from everything that I've heard is that they're going with Hasselbeck. So in saying that, it's a pick'em. I'm going with Indianapolis.
If Houston
just because
wins,
you know why I'm going with it? Because I need that difference in our standings.
I understand. That's okay.
There's no reason to go
okay.
with either team right now. Honestly, it's a pick'em. I'm going with Indianapolis.
If Houston wins that game, do you bring Luck back?
I don't think they're in a playoff contention.
No, if you especially.
Well then no. If they're not in a playoff if Indianapolis is in playoff contention, then no, you don't go with Andrew Luck. You just let him sit out.
We'll talk about a team that is in playoff contention. Seattle's going to be hosting a hot Johnny Manziel Cleveland team. No, I'm going with Seattle, man. Don't look at me like that.
Seattle. You already know how I feel about Johnny.
Yeah, but he played pretty well last week. You got to admit that.
I don't admit anything. I admit that they're going to lose against Seattle.
Okay, well, Green Bay flying across country to Oakland. Oakland played a really good Denver team and won. I'm still taking Rodgers in Green Bay, but they're going to have to overcome a pretty decent team on the other side. Who are you taking?
I'm going with Green Bay.
I'm going with Green Bay. Okay, that's cool. Denver taking on Pittsburgh. Denver, as we said about all their struggles on the offensive line. Their defense played pretty well last week, but they dropped a lot of passes. Osweiler's getting the start. Pittsburgh's playing well. They're hot. Who are you taking?
I'm going Pittsburgh just because of the fact that I picked them to go in the postseason. They are absolutely rolling right now. But Denver had that embarrassing loss last week, so
this is one of those fun late season.
It's gonna be good.
2 top teams in a conference type, almost playoff type atmosphere. I'm going with Pittsburgh as well, man. They're hot. They're rolling.
Absolutely.
Miami taking on San Diego. You talk about a pick 'em, man. Who you got?
Who do you think I'm going with?
You're going with San Diego.
Of course I'm going with San Diego.
Well,
I've been saying it for weeks, and I continue to say it. It happened last week. Last week, Phillip Rivers had 2 thrown touchdown passes in the end zone. Should have won the game, but the receivers dropped it. It's not him. It's the rest of the team. If you can't beat The Dolphins, who are you going to beat at home? I'm going with San Diego just because, why not? It's not even they need it. It's why not at this point because Miami isn't anything to write home about either.
They played really hard and tough on Monday night, Miami did, but it's a short week. They're flying across country. For differential, I'm going to take Miami.
Because you hate Phillip Rivers.
For differential?
No, because you hate Phillip Rivers, but go ahead.
Moving on,
I've
Cincinnati.
never heard you pick San Diego. I hate you. I can't deal with you. Go ahead.
Moving on, Cincinnati flying cross country to take on San Francisco. Cincinnati playing with McCarron. Blaine Gabbert playing for San Francisco. Who you got?
I'm going with Cincinnati just because I don't like San Francisco at all, regardless of who's playing for
I'm
them.
taking Cincinnati too. I think a week with the first stringers, AJ McCarron's going to be able to find Eifert a little more. Him and AJ Green will have a better rapport. That everything clicks a little better. I'm taking them as well. Big Sunday night game, so if I'm right, I'm feeling good going into this. If you're right, Eagles need to win to stay with Washington. Arizona playing Philadelphia at 8:30. Who are you taking?
Who do you think I'm taking?
You're taking the Eagles?
No. I mean, I'm doing this, but is it an eagle? It's a cardinal.
I'm taking the weird bird. Okay.
I'm going with the real bird.
Would it be fandom if I said the Eagles?
No, I wouldn't say that this week. No, because you guys have showed a little bit of light, but
it feels good.
Well, if I was in your shoes, I would probably feel that way as well.
I'm taking Arizona.
I can't deal with you.
Yeah, well, I just
fly Cardinals fly.
But they're on a listen. They had time.
They're a much better team.
They had time to rest as well. They didn't play since last Thursday. Eagles are coming off of 2 physical games against the 2 AFC East teams. They were both emotional games. They were big games. This is another big one. It's at 8:30 at night.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little bit of credit. If you guys do win this game,
I'm really excited. I think they can. I think the Eagles have a very good shot at winning this football game.
If they do win this game, then we have a heck of a conversation next week.
I completely agree.
We're both going with Arizona.
We're gonna have to see.
Absolutely.
Kind of in a
snooze fest.
Wow. So Monday Night Football. I mean, John Gruden. There's always the upside of John Gruden.
Damn, he said John.
Detroit taking on New Orleans. Well, you do have Drew Brees at home against a bad defense, so you're almost guaranteed 35+ points.
Yeah. I mean, Stafford, he's been putting up some numbers as well. I'm
not saying that
it could be a 30-30 game.
And, hopefully for everybody's sake it is. Because
I won't be watching. I'll be watching Monday Night Raw, but I'm going to go with, for the sake of this conversation and this show, I'll go with Breezes just because I love Drew Brees. There's no other reason to go with.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm not a huge Stafford fan. New Orleans at home. I think
they're going to get. I
think if they do play in a shootout, they got to get one of them this year. Detroit's the team they do it against. Thank you for watching. This is JD Sports. I'm Jared Hood. That's Dwight Garfield. You can find our Twitter at _JD Sports. Our personal Twitter will be there.
You can find our Facebook page and the information down below. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe for fresh weekly content. Stay tuned because the best is yet to come.
Thank you.